Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really interesting article from newtraderu.com. It's called 5 Rules of Money You Need to Master to Become Wealthy.
Right. And it's not just, abstract ideas. It really breaks things down.
Exactly. It feels like a practical roadmap, kind of a shortcut maybe, to thinking about building wealth. So let's dive in. First up, rule number 1. This one feels foundational. Making your money work for you while you sleep.
Yeah, the classic passive income idea.
Right. Moving away from just trading hours for dollars. Imagine, waking up and money's already come in.
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is how people sometimes picture this. It's not always do nothing, get rich. Often there's real work up front.
Ah, okay. Good point.
Yeah, or smart investments, right? The key insight is decoupling your income from your, direct minute-to-minute labor.
So what are we talking about specifically, like examples?
Things like dividend stocks, maybe rental properties if you choose them well, or even, royalties from intellectual property, stuff that generates income without you constantly pushing it.
Got it. Assets basically working for you.
That's the core of real wealth building, yes. Your assets become your workforce.
Okay, so once you've got some of that passive income starting, how do you, accelerate things? Rule 2 talks about leverage. Capital, time, and people.
Mm-hmm. Amplifying your efforts.
Yeah, doing more with less,
Yeah.
essentially. Let's unpack that a bit. How does that work in practice?
Well, if you think big picture, it's about using multipliers, right? Leveraging capital, for instance. It's not just taking on any debt.
Right, not just borrowing for anything.
No, it's about smart borrowing, like maybe a loan for an asset you're confident will appreciate, faster than the cost of the loan itself.
Okay, that makes sense. And time.
Leveraging time is huge. It means being, frankly, ruthless about prioritizing. Focus on the big wins, delegate or outsource the rest. You can't do everything.
And leveraging people, teams, collaboration.
Exactly. Building a team, outsourcing tasks, partnering up, achieving goals that are just too big for one person alone. It takes discipline, though, knowing when and how to use these levers.
Okay. Moving on to rule 3. This one shifts the focus away from just income, right? It's about net worth, the balance sheet approach.
Yes, and this is so crucial. It gets really interesting here.
Why is net worth so much more important than just how much you earn each month?
Well, it raises that classic question, doesn't it? Are you actually wealthy if you earn a ton but owe even more? Probably not.
Good point.
Your net worth, simply what you own minus what you owe, that's the real score. A lot of high earners don't build much net worth because spending keeps pace, or they take on bad debt.
So the goal isn't just earning more.
No, it's about consistently growing that net worth figure. Acquiring assets, reducing liabilities, that's building a real financial foundation. Income is just one part of it.
Right. Which leads nicely into rule 4 about debt. Debt gets such a bad rap, often for good reason.
Definitely.
But this rule says there's strategic debt. That sounds risky, or maybe just misunderstood.
It is often misunderstood. The distinction is absolutely critical. There's bad debt, high interest credit cards for stuff that loses value, vacations.
Stuff that just costs you money.
Exactly. It drains wealth. But good or strategic debt helps you buy assets, things that might go up in value or generate income themselves.
Like a mortgage on a rental property.
Potentially, yes. Or a sensible loan for a business that turns a profit. The danger is letting good debt get out of hand or blurring the lines. It's really about the purpose of the borrowing, using debt as a tool carefully.
Okay, tool, not trap. Got it. Now the last one, rule 5. High reward, low risk investments. That sounds a bit like finding a unicorn.
Huh. It does sound like that, doesn't it? But look, it's not about gambling or some magic formula.
So what is it then?
It's about really smart, deep risk assessment, doing your homework, basically. You're looking for situations where the potential upside, the reward, is just significantly bigger than the realistic downside, the risk. Asymmetric risk, they call it.
Okay, so it's not zero risk.
Oh, definitely not. It's about finding low, well-understood risk relative to the potential gain. This means intensive research, finding undervalued companies, maybe new technologies, before everyone else piles in. It's finding an edge through analysis.
Makes sense. Rigorous analysis, not just wishful thinking.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's quickly recap these 5 rules for everyone listening. First, make your money work while you sleep, that passive income stream.
Right. Then leverage capital, time, people to amplify your efforts.
Third, focus on growing your net worth, not just your income. Your balance sheet matters.
Fourth, use debt strategically. Use it to buy assets, not just liabilities.
And finally, seek out those high-reward but low-analyzed risk investment opportunities. Do the homework.
Exactly. And remember, these aren't just nice ideas. They are real principles used by people who successfully build wealth. The question, I guess, is which one resonates most with you right now?
Yeah. What stands out? And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think about the power of compounding. Even applying just one of these rules consistently over time. What could that do?
It adds up.
What's one small step you could take, maybe even today, to start making your money work just a bit harder or shift your financial focus? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.